Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Nathan Hager, joined by Bloomberg's Kriti Gupta on a very busy earnings morning, from big tech to big oil. This morning, Kriti, the big winner has to be Amazon. Good morning.
Good morning, Nathan. Yeah, Amazon really moving the market in a very big way. I mean, there's beats and then there's beats like this. AMZN is your ticker for Amazon. It is your biggest volume trader, your stock mover to the upside. AMZN is your ticker, $251 a share, marking an almost 13% move. This is what I mean. Usually when we see tech earnings like this, we'll say 6% move, 7% move, not really 13. So Amazon really blowing it out of the water when it comes to their cloud unit. They are posting the fastest growth since 2022. This was, of course, amid the backdrop of a lot of concerns that maybe this is peak cloud growth. This is some of the thing that really worried the likes of Microsoft Azure earlier in the week. Nevertheless, Amazon really proving its doubters wrong and getting rewarded for it this morning. AMZN higher by almost 13%. It's not alone in the tech space because Apple reported yesterday as well. You're not seeing the same gains, but still a good news for the iPhone maker. AAPL is your ticker, trading at $276 a share and change, higher by about 2% this morning. A couple of positives here. Now, remember, we were all really worried about their ability to actually sell the iPhone and would they have to do it at a higher price given some of the supply chain and tariff concerns. Turns out, not only are they not worried about it to the same extent, they're saying they have a big holiday season sales figure coming up. I think their new iPhones are really expected to take off. On top of that, they're also talking about turning a little bit of a bigger profit and more exposure into China, which is a market that they've had a really tough time with, given that they are, of course, competing with the Huawei contender in that market. Nevertheless, the market is happy with what they saw yesterday. AAPL higher by about 2%. We should mention some of the other tech stocks as well. Meta, for example, is having a good day after selling off in yesterday's session, $674 a share. META higher by 1.1%. Now, their earnings came in a little bit disappointing and worrying, actually, for a lot of investors earlier this week. But then they sold $30 billion of bonds in actually year's biggest offering, record demand for something like that. So maybe they didn't win over their stock investors, but they certainly did in terms of their bond market investors. The stock market taking their cue from the bond market this morning, higher by 1% after that deal. Nathan, let me give you a downside mover if I can, because oil earnings are coming in thick. Exxon Mobil, XOM, is your ticker, down about 1.5% this morning, $113 a share. Now, look, they beat their estimate. They're talking about starting up a series of big projects, talking about completing $20 billion of share repurchases, but it does look like the weak pricing really hurt their profit in the third quarter. Those shares dropping this morning.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.